What's up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. I'm here with my bestie Gina, and we're gonna talk some Love Island games. Gina, so it's season two. This is a fairly new show for us, but for everybody, because we just watched Love Island season seven, but this is only season two of Love Island games. But this is your first ever Love Island games, right? You didn't go back and watch season one, did you?
I couldn't find season one online, so
So
I just moved on.
yeah, we're both going in this like blindly, right? Like we didn't know what to expect.
No,
Um,
other than the cast,
well, okay, so I have a bunch of questions, like a bunch
of
of questions.
course.
So first off, how happy are you with the people that they chose? Like I know that we have limited knowledge of the seasons going back, but I know you watched season six and seven of Love Island. So what do you feel like the representation of the people that you knew? Is it good? Could it be better? What was your first impression when we got to know the cast of Love Island Game season two?
So I watched the whole season six. I don't remember Andrea, who was on Love Island season six. Oops.
So wait,
I
was she like short-lived, like Charlie?
I think so. That's why I don't remember her.
Wow, that's crazy. Because I didn't watch season six, so I was wondering how many people did you recognize, right? Because I was like, as soon as we turned it on, I immediately recognized Audrina and Chris. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. There's people that I know, right?
Yeah.
But my next question, Gina, do you feel like these were the right people to put on
Well,
the games?
the thing is, they all bring something to the table, right? And it's international. So I didn't see Love Island UK, any of the seasons, or Malta or Netherlands, right? Because a lot of times we don't have access to those Love Islands, or France. We don't have access to those Love Islands, and it's going to be hard to find Love Island, Belgium, or France that's dubbed in English. In my personal opinion, that's why it's probably why we can't watch it, or we haven't tried to find it because of those factors. We haven't watched it because it's not accessible to us.
Well, yeah, there wasn't a way for us to see these seasons. And I don't know, it's still interesting. Like, I don't know, for some reason, I'm still really invested in the people because they're all new to me. So it's kind of like when I was watching season seven of Love Island and I was just meeting the people, like they were just new. Like, I don't need to know what they did on their previous seasons. Like, for instance, we learned that one girl, I think Justine, she had won Love Island and Love Island games. Was that did I hear that right? Like, she was
I think won, yeah, either she won both at
Yeah, she
one
was a
point.
two-time winner of Love Island Games, which is like holy shit. Like they're bringing like the best of the best. So are you disappointed that Nick and Erlandria and Ace and what's Ace's
Kelly,
Shelly are not present? Like cuz I was a little disappointed. I wanted at least one of each couple, right? Like I get you might not get the actual couple, but I was like, could one of each couple have been there? Because they were like the big stars of season seven. And I feel like we didn't get, and even Huda, we didn't get any of those big stars on Love Island Games. So I was a little disappointed.
the thing is with that, they're all in relationships, right? This is about finding like it's a game where there's a whole bunch of challenges and finding love, and which will you choose basically? Like, are you going to choose both? Or are you just in it for the money?
Oh, I see
So
what you're saying. You're saying coming on as a couple would be sabotage because technically because the Love Island, it's the unique thing about it is, especially Love Island games, they bring all these people together to try to win money, and then they surround them with sexy single people to distract them, right? That's literally what's going on. They're distracting people from the game. So, like, just like Gina, say for instance, you got a new job And your first day of work, you go to work and your boss is like, "Okay, Gina, let's couple you up." And they give you a boyfriend and y'all have to live in the same house and sleep in the same bed. That's very distracting, right? Like you're not going to get your job down because you're like super distracted by this temptation. So I think you're right. I think getting one of the couples or separating the couples and putting one or the other on the show would have probably destroyed the relationship because in order to participate in the show, you have to stick your tongue down other people's throats. And I guess when you're in a relationship, that's not really acceptable behavior. So I guess
No.
that's probably why we didn't get the actual people that are in relationships on the show. And are you surprised that the relationships are lasting? Because, like, for instance, Ace and Shelly and Nick and Olandria, they're still going strong. Because a lot of times, right after the show ends, not just this show, like The Bachelor, Married at First Sight, a lot of these other shows, the people immediately separate. So are you surprised that they're still going strong?
Well, whatever they need to show their face on TV, right? Or whatnot. So, like, they're all over my Instagram. It's like on my For You page, probably because I'm looking up Love Island a lot. Or so they're always popping up, right? Like they're at New York Fashion Week, and yeah, they're just it's the circle of life now. So it is what it is now.
So, do you have any favorites so far, like of the new cast? Like, is there anybody that you're like really like connecting with or that you really like? Like, for instance, I really like KK. I'm like connecting with her. I like her a lot. Like who are you feeling this season?
He doesn't say much, but uh, uh, I like Mert. Oh, he's so flippin' fine. Oh my God. Yes. Like he doesn't have to speak. He doesn't have to have an intelligent conversation. Like, yeah.
So you're on the Mert train. So I noticed that everyone on the in the villa all have said how attractive Mert is. Even the guys. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, this guy is beautiful." But I
Hmm.
was gonna say, I don't know if Mert isn't smart because I kind of feel like Mert might be smart. I think it's more of a communication barrier than anything. Like I think that he's probably, how you look at some people and they're just hot and they're stupid. Like, I don't think that he's stupid. I think that he just doesn't have the communication in English to get his point across. And, when he talks, because, I was like, I think you saw my tweet. I was like, oh, I need subtitles for Mert when he talks because I have to rewind and like slow it down because I really don't understand him. But it's not because he can't speak, it's just a language barrier, right? But I don't know. He does look like what's the word that somebody used online? Oh, a Greek god. Right? Isn't that like he doesn't look real? He looks like a AI created character, right?
Yes, he does.
So, okay, so let's talk about the bombshells, right? So there were two, wait, did they call them bombshells? I think they called them bombshells, right?
They did.
Yeah, so yeah, there were two bombshells, Solene and Charlie, and we knew Charlie.
No, they call them heartbreakers.
Heartbreakers. Yeah, I knew I was saying that wrong. So yeah, it's called Heartbreakers, and there's a meaning behind that because when they bring in a heartbreaker, so okay, so sees episode one, they immediately coupled everyone up. And then immediately after coupling them up, they bring in two heartbreakers. And the interesting thing about the heartbreakers is, well, the name explains it. They come in and they steal someone from under, their other person. So they literally uncouple you and then they transfer their heartbreaker necklace to you. And being alone and vulnerable on Love Island is the worst possible thing for anyone. So Solene came in and Charlie came in and they went around and they stuck their tongue down everyone's throats and then they decided to steal someone away. And
It wouldn't be Love Island if they weren't shoving their tongue down everybody's throat. all the
Yeah, you know what's funny? Because Shabuti said on Twitter yesterday, he was like, "So are they using mouthwash in between?" And I was like, "No, sir. They're just spitting in each other's mouths. Like they're not like gargling after. Like no, they're just kissing each other one after the other. They're getting down and dirty and in there and slopping spit. And I think that is so gross. I think I've told you that. Like kissing is my least favorite thing, by the way, because I'm really germy weird. So like
a
spit.
germaphobe.
Yeah, like so the idea of someone spit touching my mouth or tongue scares me. And like, so yeah. So when I watch the show, I'm like, oh wow, cringy. I probably couldn't do that because they're go like one after the other, like kissing one after the other. And it's just like not even using mouthwash in between. They're just like drinking each other's spit. Like it gets a little weird for me.
Yeah, but to each their own. They're like what, 25, 26?
Well, yeah, when I was younger, I was less worried about germs.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
I was less worried about germs and STDs. Like now I'm like, ooh, no, I don't want a germ or an STD. Like then you're right. I was behaving a lot like those people on the show, right? Like you don't think about that stuff when you're 22, right? So okay, so wait. Celine, I think Celine she took Mert, right? I believe
Yes.
she took Mert away from oh my God, help me, help me, help me. Mert was
Lucinda.
with Lucinda. Um, and Charlie took away, was it Andrea?
I can't remember,
I can't
but
remember now, but they came in and they did the uncoupling. And the funny part is Solene took away Mert, and I'm pretty sure Mert said that she wasn't his type. Like he was not interested in her at all. And it's funny because he was kind of like looking away, looking at like the sky. He didn't even want to make eye contact with her because I think he knew that she was gonna take him away, and he was just like, "Ooh, no, I don't really want to do that. Thank you." You know, like, oh, I'm totally not interested in whatever's going on here. So, I mean, did you think that the bomb or the heartbreakers were hot enough to be heartbreakers? Because I noticed on Twitter, a lot of people were saying that, oh, they could have did a better job with the heartbreakers. How did you feel? Did you feel like they were hot enough to come in and steal people away, or do you think no?
no.
I mean, Selena's pretty, right? I think she's pretty. And Charlie is Charlie, right? He's like a really tall, 100-pound guy. You know, like he's cool. He has the accent, but like I told you, Gina, the accent does not take you all the way, to heaven. The accent can only get you so far. You still have to have a little bit of personality. And I don't know if Charlie has the personality needed. Oh, so I want to ask you, why do you think Charlie keeps getting kicked off the show so prematurely? Because this is his second time on the show and his second time leaving immediately after arriving. What is the deal with that? Is it like a literal coincidence, or do you think there's more to it?
I think it's just a coincidence, right? I kind of knew when we jump into yesterday's episode, then we'll discuss it. But like I don't know, I don't know, he just is, I guess he doesn't has a dull personality, so whoever he couples up with is just like I don't find a connection with you. Like I don't see, like I don't know how you like because this is Love Island Games, right? I don't know how you are in a challenge, right? So I'm not going to go with you, obviously, right? Because I don't know that much about you.
I think that Charlie has a disadvantage on Love Island games. Like, I don't know why he got kicked off of Love Island specifically so quickly, but like on Love Island games, it's a physical and mental game, but more so physical than anything. Like we were watching the first challenge where they jumped in like a slime pit and then they climbed into like a Caesar salad pit, and there was like a lot. Oh, and they pop balloons with their head. Like it's a very physical game. So I think Charlie, of all the guys on the show, is probably the least physically. I don't want to say fit. He's physically fit, but like, what's the word when you're like, I don't know, jacked? Like he's not jacked, right? Like I feel like a lot of the guys in the house, and there's a couple of guys who don't fit the jacked category. I think Tyreek. Kendall. Like there's a couple of guys, they're just in good shape. They're not like Jack. And then there's people like Josh and Chris, like the people that could pick you up and throw you down the street. Like I think Charlie is at a disadvantage when it comes to that because we watched on the elimination episode, he kind of got dragged around like a rag doll by Josh because he didn't have the physical strength or the weight I guess to hold his own in the ring. And we saw it with Audrina too. Oh my gosh, did you see how Audrina got dragged around? Like she literally got obliterated in that challenge. And it was kind of crazy to me because she doesn't look like a girl who couldn't hold her own. So I was a little surprised that Lucinda, kind of dragged her up and down the street like she was a rag doll.
Yeah, I was surprised too because I thought Andrina was going to win.
Well, attitude wise, I always felt like she has a super strong personality, and I feel like that she's a contender, but on Love Island, being more manipulative and having a strong personality, that works a lot better for you. But on of Love Island games, that's great, but it's your physical agility that matters. And I don't know, for some reason, I thought that she was gonna hold her own better. Lucinda doesn't look big or strong, but I guess looks are very deceiving because she
Hmm.
dominated Audrina in that ring. She literally put her in her place. Even Audrina had to admit she was just like, well, she whooped my ass. Like it is what it is. Like I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. She came in there and she whooped my ass. And she did. And it was very it's very shocking for me. Like, I was expecting the opposite. I thought Audrina was gonna go in there and beat her, but it is what it is. But luckily she lives to see another day, right? She still was able to stay in the house, or I keep calling it the house, stay in the villa. And Charlie unfortunately got booted quickly and fast and prematurely, like usual. But that it's been an
Hmm.
interesting 3 episodes. There's another episode coming on tonight. Like, so Adriana said that we have 3 weeks. And I was a little disappointed. All we get is 3 weeks. Like, why does it seem rushed to you?
It could be just because it's a spin-off of Love Island, right? It's not the actual like Love Island, but who knows what they can and like what they have up their sleeve. They can do something like I've heard there's a something called Love Island All Stars too. So who knows what sequel or prequel they could bring up next or have up their sleeves. Because obviously with the Love Island season 7, it became a monster hit this summer. Like it's kind of like a cash cow basically for them now, right? So why not bring out another season of something else maybe?
Yeah, you're right. When she said 3 weeks to figure it out, I was like, "Ooh, that's such a short amount of time." Like, I don't know. I feel like I get really invested in the show, and then I'm anticipating what's gonna happen. So then when Love Island season 7 ended, we kind of were like, "Well, what do we do now?" Right? Like, what do we watch now? Because now I don't have anything that is super important to me, right? Because I was like, I want to watch Love Island, but it's over. And then Love Island games came, and then right when it started, she's like, "Oh, we got 3 weeks to figure this out." And I was like, "That's it? You couldn't even give us a full month of what we want? Like, damn! Like 3 weeks is gonna go by so fast."
That's true, but at least it won't consume us.
All right, so let's do some fun games. All right, so who do you think is the strongest couple or the couple that you think could go all the way to the end? Or do you not have that sense of who they are yet? Like we could be too soon
I
early, or do you have someone that you're rooting for?
It could be too soon. It just depends, I think, on the challenges, to be quite honest, right? Because, like I said earlier, they could all have their strengths and weaknesses, right? So we know that Nicola has already said she's good at puzzles and math, right? So, and she nailed it with not yesterday, but the yesterday's challenge. She nailed it, right? Because yesterday's challenge was all about communication and talking to each other.
Oh, you mean I called it the game of operation, but with polls. That
Yeah.
was so nerve-wracking, Gina. I was so like on the edge of my seat. Like
I
that.
was screaming. I was like, I was
Did
like,
you did you see the one where Audrina and what was the guy's name? That he was one of the all-stars. I think he won Love Island something games or something, or no, he was a runner-up. What was his
yeah. Was it
um
Josh?
Josh? I think
I don't
no,
know.
not Josh. I can't remember his name. He came in um with Justine and they were the all stars, and they teamed up with the Heartbreakers, the Heartbroken people, and I can't remember his name now, but he teamed up with Audrina, and they were doing that challenge. And oh my gosh, it was so nerve wracking because they got all the way to the end and then it went off and I was just like, oh my god, stop, I can't. That it reminded me of Operation, which is funny because when I was a kid I used to be really good at Operation, right? Like that was one of my fun games that I could, for some reason I could conduct surgery on like anyone. But watching that, I was like, ooh, I don't know how good I would be at that now as an adult. That was such a kid game for me. But watching that was just so nerve-wracking because like you said, it was about being on the same wavelength with the other.
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny. Yes, Johnny. I couldn't remember. You were really close. You said Josh, Johnny. Yeah, so Johnny, and he, I think, was the runner up on Love Island Games season one. So he's a very good competitor. I'm assuming because in order to make it that far, I'm assuming you have to be really good. So they were really struggling, and watching that challenge, I was like, I feel like this is like a mind fuck challenge, right? Because it didn't matter how strong you were or how manipulative you were. It was just like all about the mind because you needed to be connected with the other person because you're both controlling the little ring. And it's like, how
Yeah.
be on the same wavelength with somebody that you don't know? They literally just met that day, right? And it's like you need to be like connected, minds connected in order to do this. And you just literally had an hour conversation, and that was your whole knowing of their existence. So that whole
Well,
crazy.
well, Andrina had already known Johnny, and he actually was a runner-up for Love Island season two.
Oh, season two.
Yeah, and
Oh wait,
Justine was the winner of Love Island season two. She
wait a
was the
minute.
winner of that.
How did she? So how did she explain how she knew Johnny? Because I don't know, Gina. If you've had a conversation in Instagram DMs, I don't know if that really can like if that
Oh
really.
no, no, no. They're like because if you watch the episode, they had already kissed before.
I'm so lost. So like, do they know each other in real life?
Yes.
Oh, because I thought that that wasn't allowed. I thought you weren't supposed to know the other cast members, but we learned.
Well, well, you can because this is Love Island Games. Like
Well, we also
they,
learned that some people from
these are
seven.
former contestants, right? So you can all party together at the same place, and then one thing leads to another.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. If you were both on the same TV show, it's very possible you would do some sort of promotional event together or be at the same place. So yeah, and I guess, your tongue might happen to find someone else's mouth at these events. I guess you're right. I mean, it is what it is, but I think that they're going to keep it a secret. Like it's going to be under wraps that they know each other.
Yeah,
It's going to be like
that's what they said.
a
That's
little
what they said
secret
that they're going to do.
weapon that they can keep up their sleeve, because, I think it did help that they at least knew each other to do this challenge, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to be connected with somebody if you're both controlling the same thing. That's like, imagine you sitting in a car and I have one hand on the steering wheel and you have the other hand on the steering wheel and we're trying to drive the car. It's never going to work, right? Like, it's never going to work. So that's kind of like what they were trying to do. So,
But here's the thing. Nicola doesn't really have any I like her. I do like her. But like Nicola doesn't have any connection with Isaiah, but yet they've communicated with each other and talked to each other and encouraged each other to win that challenge.
No, you're right. They did. And they did a really good job, actually. And
Hmm.
I think that encouraging and cheering someone on is very important. I think that a lot of times encouragement is all you really need to get things done. And you know, I thought that they worked well together, and I'm just really interested in seeing how the couples are going to pan out, right? Because, like, okay, so my couple that I think is gonna go all the way is obvious. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm gonna say. Chris and KK, right? I feel like they're the power couple. They have the strength, they have the intelligence, the mindset, the mentality to win.
Not if KK ends up with Tyreek.
Well, yeah, true, true. She is exploring options. She's not locked in with anyone, but I think that those two together is going to be a power couple. And I think that they definitely need
A
to.
power couple in challenges, but not an actual couple.
Well, Gina, this is
Because
Love Island
he's
game.
not giving her, I understand that, but he ain't even giving her the time of day.
Gina, this is about the money. It's money first, love second. Remember?
This
So
is this
and
is like right up your alley, isn't it? This
I
is
think that's
like
what isn't that what Chris said? He was like, I'm here for the money. He was like, if we happen to, find love or whatever, that's one thing. But he was like, why I'm here is to win the money. And I think that's kind of the mindset that you have to have. You have to know that you're here for the cash. And if
but at the same time, if you have one set mind frame, right? I'm just saying, like one set mind frame, and you have no connection with any of the girls, you might get kicked out, but you got to fake it till you make it. So you can kind of do both and not get caught up in just this. It's a game. It's a game. I want the prize. I want the prize. I want the prize. Because chances are, if you're not showing any girl any love or affection or any type of affection at all or affirmation or anything, the girl's going to kick you out.
yeah, I mean, I think the strategy would be to pretend to be in love until you win your money. Like
Exactly, right?
at
But
the
he's
end
not,
of the
he's
day, you have to use the other person because in order to make it to the end, y'all have to be a couple. But at the end of the day, it's really just about you winning the money. And I think, like you said, this is right up my alley because when it comes down to it, I'm just about the money, right? Like, why would you need love when you can have money? Like, because at the end of the day, money buys love, right? So you don't need one. Or you don't need both. You need one, and then the other will come. So I don't know. I think that the couples are spending a little too much time vasting in each other's eyes and getting googly with each other, and they're losing sight of the $250,000. I think that's the biggest issue.
right. So, and that's the thing. If he doesn't, he's playing it smart right now that he only wants money, he only wants the money. But at the same time, let's face it, women can be very emotional creatures at the same time. Like, unless that person has the same mind frame, like, and you're in a villa with girls and guys, and if no one's giving you attention or affection or anything like that, you're gonna miss it. Any girl would, right? So at the same time, right now he's playing it like this, but I think it's smart, but it could be his downfall.
Wait, didn't somebody said that? Wasn't it who was Mert with? Remember Mert, the oatmeal dude? He kept bringing people oatmeal, and whoever the girl he brought oatmeal to, he offered it to someone and they said no, and then he tried to offer it to someone else, and the girl was like, "You're not treating me like a princess." Or whatever. And she's like, I feel like there should be princess treatment or whatever. And I think he missed it because he's like, well, I offered it to you. And he missed the point because he offered it to another girl first, I think to Solin. And then when she said,
No, no, the opposite. He offered it to whoever he was coupled up with, who's now coupled up with Tyreek. Hold on one sec. Um, because she's just like, oh shit, now I have to be coupled up with Tyreek.
"Oh wait, is that what her response was? Oh my gosh."
She forgot that she had to be coupled up with him after she won the challenge.
Oh. Wait, are we talking about Lucinda?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucinda. So yeah, she was like, "You need to treat me more like a princess." And I think you're right. The girls want to be treated like princesses, and I think a lot of times, like you lose sight of the money because they're focusing a lot more on, oh, we're in a couple, so you should treat me like a princess or a queen. It's like the guys, like in my mind, I'll be like, it's less about that and more about winning. But and I think that's the whole point. Like I said, this is a huge distraction. Like Love Island, they know exactly what they're doing because they do simple challenges and simple things to win a bunch of money, but then they put the most beautiful, attractive people in your way as a distraction. And it's like the perfect distraction because even the smartest, intelligent, most strong, motivated person is going to get distracted when you put a super hot person in the way of the goal. It's like when you set up a room and there's like a big gold chest of gold coins right in front of you, but then you put up like a whole bunch of different obstacles in order to get to it. Everyone gets distracted in the obstacles and only a few people are going to get to the end.
Exactly. But I think that's just like a language communicator, like not even thinking, because he brought it for Lucinda, like breakfast and the oatmeal, and
But
then after
yeah.
she took a spoonful, he gave it to Celine, and she's like, I don't want that shit. Get that shit away from me.
Well, that
And
was the thing. Okay, so Gina, this
then the other girls had to be like, no, you can't do that.
well, the fact that she ate some of it, like she took a bite. So like, okay, I'm a germaphobe, right? So like, so Gina, if you made something and you gave some to someone else and they were eating out of it, and then they're like, "Ooh, I don't like this." If you brought it to me after, I would be like, no, because they already ate out of it. And I feel like for the girl though, for Lucinda or Solène, I think, it made them seem like one wasn't better than the other. Like when you're coupled with someone, one you should always feel superior. So he made it look like, well, if you don't want it, she'll have it. Either you're equal to me. And I think that really was offensive, right? Because girls never want to feel like they're equal to another girl. They always want to be elevated. They want to be the main girl. They never want to be the side girl. So the idea that he was just like, well, if she doesn't want it, she can eat it. It was kind of like what do you call it? Sister wives. Like if one of my wives don't have it, the other wife can have it. Like no girl wants that unless she's trying to be a sister wife, you know?
Exactly. So
But do you think that
then
that's a cultural thing? Do you think in his culture that, he's not used to treating women like princesses? Because I was like, in some cultures, women, how women are treated is vastly different depending on their culture and religion. So I was like, I wonder if where, he comes from, where he lives, men don't have to treat women like, put them on a pedestal and make sure that they have a crown on their head and, you treat them like princesses. I was like, maybe in his country and his culture, that's not necessarily what he has to do. So maybe that's like a boundary issue for him that he has to cross over.
well, maybe he has, and it's just like it's shown differently or off camera type of thing like that, right? Because then it could just be like a sign of like weakness, right? And I don't know, like we're like these characters are just developing, right? And we haven't seen them before, the majority of them. We haven't seen them before of their development of what they did on prior seasons or the international ones. We have never seen them before. So we're getting to know these new people that are brought into us. So we don't know what can be thrown at us at any given day, any given time.
Well, yeah. So I want to ask you, okay, so I'm going to pull up a list of the cast and I'm going to ask you some questions about it. So, all right, let me see if this picture comes up. All right, so the cast for this season. we'll go girls then guys. So there's Andrea, Audrina, KK, Lucinda, Garby, Nicola, Soline. Well, I always say Ariana Maddox, but she's not playing. She's still hot though. So if you were to rate the girls, right? Who's your favorite girl of the girls that are on this season? So we got
Mm.
Andrea, Audrina, KK, Lucinda, Garby, Nicola, and Soline. Do you have like somebody that is your number one girl, like somebody that you would want to walk, that you want to see walk away with the 250K?
I like Garby
I like
and
her
I like
too.
KK and Lucinda.
Okay, okay. I actually agree with yours. I like I think my first choice is KK. I do love Garby. I think that she's really down to earth. I think that her the fact that she taught herself English and she's so intelligent and Chris made a weird comment about her during one of the couplings where he was like, I don't think she's mentally strong enough to be with me, and I was like, huh. I think the opposite of her. I think she's smart and you're ditzy, Chris. But that was just my opinion. Um, but yeah, I think that, and I think Audrina, like, I really like her personality. Like, I
I
don't.
like her too, but given the fact that she spent half of the challenge on her ass, I was like,
Yeah, I think
and
you're
she
right.
was already crying. I'm like,
Yeah, at the end of
yeah,
the day,
this
like,
game is not for you.
yeah, she might be too pretty. She might be too pretty for Love Island games. Like she doesn't have the agility and strength in her. She definitely has the beauty. She's gorgeous. But like you said, this might not be for her. Love Island, the USA might have been for her, but this might not be for her. All right, so let's do the guys. So Chris, Kendall, Josh, Isaiah, Tyreek, and Mert. Who stood out? I think I know Mert stood out to you, right? I think that when you saw Mert, you immediately heard the what's that music like when someone starts walking in slow motion and the
Yeah,
music starts playing. I think that's what happened when you saw Mert. But did that happen to you when any of the other guys popped up on the screen, or was it just him?
it was just him. It was just
So,
him.
so none of the other guys do it for you. You're just like, eh.
No,
Really?
it was just him. Oh, and I also like Nicola too.
Oh yeah, I love her. She's from Love Island, Malta.
Yeah.
She's really
So I
sweet, but she has like a really hilarious personality. Everything she says is hilarious. I like her a lot.
exactly. So it was just Mert for me. It was just Mert. I was just like, like I found none of the guys attractive on season 6 nor season 7, but you bring in this, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like,
Well,
okay, Love Island.
I was
I might
gonna
jump on that Love Island International and just start watching those ones.
I was gonna ask it, does it have anything to do with he's a professional soccer player? Because I know you're a huge soccer fan.
Well, I love soccer, but here's the thing, and I was listening to other podcasts too. I can't find any team he used to play for.
Oh, well, when you say a professional soccer player, that could mean like a B, C, D, E, F, G league, meaning
Exactly.
he might
There's
not
no wiki on him.
right. He might not have actually gotten paid to play soccer, but he might have played in like how there's the NBA and then there's
Oh, I know.
like a
There's many
D
leagues.
right.
Yeah.
And those people aren't in the NBA, but they're like, closer to the NBA than I am, but they're not actually in the NBA. And so he might not. So the professional, because remember, Chris from this season and last season is a professional basketball player, but let's not forget that he never played in the NBA. So when they say the word professional, I think a lot of people are like, oh, they know Stephen Curry. Not necessarily
No.
necessarily. It means that they played in a league that was better than, the league at your local park. Right? Like they actually were part of something more organized than just the YMCA. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they were getting like Lionel Messi salary, which is like the most absurd salary in the world, I guess. Well, no, I think that the other guy, Ronaldo, probably makes more. But like
No, Ronaldo makes more. Ronaldo makes more.
I was saying the other day, I was like, I should go to the park and learn how to play soccer because I was like, did I it hit me the other day that Ronaldo makes more in 1 year than most professional NBA players make in their entire career.
Yes.
So it hit me, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, if they're looking for a bench warmer, I'm your guy. Because if you can make that much in a year, there are people who played in the NFL for 10, 15 years that don't even make close to what that man makes in 1 year. So I was like, I need to go learn. I'm an old dog, but I can learn some new tricks, right? Like, I'm going to go learn some soccer, and I'm going to be a bench warmer for the team.
Oh my God. Yeah. So let me just, these one-liners, they are so funny what these people are coming up with. Like Isaiah, line was young, what was it? Young, dumb, and full of, I'm not even going to say the word on a podcast, but
Oh,
starts with the
yeah,
C.
yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then Garby say what she called her female anatomy. I was like, oh my God, where are these people coming up with this?
Yeah, the language of the show is very uncensored. I didn't notice it as much until this season where they just started like cussing and stuff a lot more than usual. And I was like, oh, this is very uncensored. Right? I think what's his name? Josh I think told Charlie to F off or something during their little remember when there was like a little challenge and
Yeah,
Josh was like, I don't remember why they were beefing. Did you notice? Okay, first of all, let's go back a bit. Do you notice that Josh is beefing a lot with people? Like he argues with people a lot. He kind of seems like a sore.
he's very confrontational.
Yeah, I noticed it too, right? Like, do you remember during one of the challenges? I don't remember who it was that he went against when they did the heart challenge where they collected the hearts. I think he might have went against Kendall, but he was like, I
No, he
he's like,
went against Tyreek
oh,
and he was finding all of Tyreek's hearts, the first challenge.
yeah, and instead of putting them back in the water, like or in the slime, like you're supposed to do, I guess Josh handed them to Tyreek, and then Tyreek won the challenge, and then he got pissed
No,
off.
I think he was trying to hide them and like Tyreek was like pushing him or whatever. Like obviously I would have done the same thing. I'd be like, give me that fucking heart.
Well, at the end of the day, when Tyreek won, right, he had a better time. Josh was like, "Well, you can thank me for that. You're welcome," or whatever. And he started yelling. I noticed that Josh confronts people and cusses at people a lot. And I'm wondering if that's going to be a problem throughout the season because every episode
I
there's going to be.
I think he's just it's competitive, right? Like and he's probably got like a competitive nature to him.
Well, he's a
So
fitness trainer, so I think that, when it comes to physical stuff, I think that losing is probably difficult for him to accept. Right.
exactly.
Like when you go to the gym 18 times a week and you only eat like chicken and lettuce and like so losing is really difficult because you've really trained your body to win. So I don't know if like this competition is gonna go over well with his ego because I feel like his ego is really pumped up and then whenever he doesn't get his way, he's telling somebody to F off. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, it's a friendly competition. Like, I don't think anybody is actually trying to hurt each other here. Like, it's a friendly competition. Yeah, you want to win, but at the end of the day, cussing people out and going all crazy, I don't know. That's the vibe, you know?
Well, if any of them were on steroids, let's just say, I'm not saying that they are, like by all means, but and they had to stop the steroids. That could be all like it could be hormonal as well, like on it, like
Oh, you mean
right, like
like roid rage is what they call
yeah. But
roid rage?
they can't be taking that like obviously they can't be taking any
Or you
like
can't get it over there. Like, you can't bring your drugs with you. A lot of people learn
no,
when they try to take your
no.
drugs through TSA. You can't take your drugs with you. Like, and they're not going to let you do it. So, yeah, it could be that allegedly. We don't know.
He's down falling from the rods, right? But I'm
So,
not saying that he does it by all means. Like
I
nobody
mean,
put words in my mouth.
I don't think so, but he probably do. Okay, so I was just thinking, I have a question about Josh's eyes. Do you think they're real or do you think they're contacts? So they don't look real to me. They
they
seem
could
too
be
blue.
real.
They seem too blue. Have you ever seen eyes that blue, Gina?
I, you know what, to be honest, my eye colors, they change color as well. So, like, I've had people be like, "Are your eyes blue? Wait, they're green. Wait, there's got a speck of yellow in there. What is going on with your eyes?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just my eyes." So, I can see it. Maybe, like, I don't think maybe it's not contacts. I've seen people with blue eyes.
But that blue though, they look like I don't
The
know.
ocean.
Yeah, like I've seen blue eyes too, Gina. His eyes look too blue. Like they look like AI. Like they don't
They
look
look
normal.
like
And I'm just
AI
like,
blue.
yes. I was just like, I don't know
Uh,
about those. So I guess we'll have to wait until one of the episodes where they show them just waking up because you can't sleep in contacts, right? You got to take them out.
no, you gotta take them out.
Yeah, we gotta see if they can catch them like when he's just getting out of the bed and see if they're really that blue or not. I'm not saying that his
Yeah.
eyes aren't blue, but I think he's wearing like an enhancement, like something that makes them even more blue. Like I've never seen nothing like that. I feel like he would be in the
Well, have you ever seen the whitest teeth and on Love Island? And it's on Mert. So,
yeah,
Turkey does some crazy things.
Mert's teeth look so fake, like for real. Like, and they're not fake. Like, I know that he had his teeth done. You know, when you make it, the first thing you get done is your teeth. You get those new, fresh, white teeth. And Mert's teeth are so fresh and new. It's like Jesus Christ. Like, but everybody on the show has, new teeth. I don't think anybody is rocking their actual teeth. Like, it's very normal to do that, but I think Mert's teeth might be the freshest. Like I think he might have just got them done, right? Because they just don't even look like he's eaten with them yet. Like they haven't even been broken in. They still got the new teeth smell, right? Like they're so new and perfect. It's like, geez, could your teeth be any more straight and like perfect? Jesus.
I know. He's just perfect. He's
Well,
a perfect
what would you
specimen.
what would you do with him, Gina? You can't understand anything he
Oh,
says. And if he
he doesn't need to speak. He does not need to speak. He is one of those that do not need to speak. Let's find a way to get ourselves into the hideaway and what is it? The speakeasy, not the speakeasy. Yeah, the speakeasy. Like, let's fucking get out of here.
Well, if he makes you food, he'll also give it to other people, though. Like, isn't that going to be an issue?
No, it's not going to be an issue. I don't care about you making me food or not. Like, as long as you're, as
I
long
mean,
as you're doing, as long as you're better in other things that don't make it, we can make up for it. Don't worry.
wow. I think you're smitten, Gina. I think you're very, very
I
smitten.
am.
I think that's
I
how
am.
I think that's how I feel about KK and Garby. I'm very, very
Uh,
smitten this season. They're just KK has like a really amazing personality to go with her amazing beauty. So I think that's what puts her at the top for me. And Garby, I love her personality too. And I think Andrea is like my third. Did I say that? Well, I like Nicola too because she's funny. But Andrea, I really like. Like the girls this season are just like gorgeous, right? Like
they are.
I am
They are.
not complaining. I am not
Like,
complaining.
the men from the last two seasons that I watched haven't been that great looking. It's upgraded basically on the Love Island games. I'm like, okay, okay,
Okay, you said
right? It's
that.
upgraded. But
So
for
you
me,
like,
it's Mert. It's Mert all the way. Oh my God.
what about a second runner up? Who's your second runner up? Who would get the second prize for you? If it's Mert, and then if Mert was unavailable, who else is there?
Mhm.
You can choose from Isaiah, Josh, Kendall, Tyreek, or Chris. Or
Oh,
John,
definitely not Chris.
or
Definitely
Johnny.
not Chris.
Let's not forget Johnny. Johnny and Justine are also in the house. Who are Justine is pretty too, by the way.
Yeah. I would, based on, mhm, I'd have to go with Johnny. However,
Oh, you get
uh,
okay.
I am not a fan of him because I read what he did and I'm like, oh, damn.
Well,
Okay,
what did he
no.
do? I heard that there was drama. Yeah, what was the drama? Is it
Okay.
bad?
So let me, This was from Facebook, from a page called from this reality page, right? And for those that are not familiar with Johnny from Love Island USA season two, he's about to appear on the next episode of Love Island Game season two. Here's a little background. Johnny was originally paired with Sally. She's beautiful. I'll send you a picture after. And they quickly became fan favorites. But during Casa Amor, he made out and cuddled with Mercedes. When it came time to return, Johnny walked back into the villa alone, making Sully believe he had been loyal. Since Love Island USA didn't have movie night, they usually have what's called movie night, so you can see what happened in Casa Amor at the time. She couldn't see what had really actually happened. Johnny downplayed it in the villa, but the two went on to finish season as a couple. But once the show aired, Sally and the public saw the full extent of Casamore's behavior. After the show, things unraveled and they broke up at Cheesecake Factory, where he didn't even pay for her nachos after she had already paid for their trip to Hawaii. He then went on Instagram posting a story to Child's Play and teasing that he would go live and share his side. He later returned for Love Island Game Season 1, where Sally was also a contestant, and that's when the two finally addressed some of what happened in their breakup. And now Johnny is back again on Love Island Game Season 2.
Oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. I mean, so were they fully committed on the season? Like they had locked it down? Because
Well, they won like they placed runner up on season 2.
oh, okay. I mean,
So
I can't
I'll
help
send
him.
you the picture. Hold
I,
on.
I was
But she's
trying
pretty.
I was trying to help, but I can't help him, I guess, you know?
No, but like Kendall, no, because of his history. Like so many of these guys have histories. I've heard Tyreek is not like he's horrible as well on the Love Island UK. So it's just like, well, you know, like like unless
Well,
they start bringing in more bombshells, like I can't say like yeah, but who
bring a
is
bunch of good looking, high ego, arrogant people. I think it's pretty clear that we're not going to have model behavior, right? Like when people are this attractive and they know they're beautiful, it's hard to find the good person hidden in there because people don't hold themselves accountable. They feel like, oh, I can do things because I'm really pretty or attractive, and who's gonna tell me I can't do that?
I
So
guess after Mert it would be Isaiah.
wait, you okay? So you like Isaiah?
Well,
Interesting.
If there was no Mert, then it would be Isaiah.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say Kendall.
No.
So is Kendall like an absolute no for you?
No. Ugh,
Really?
no.
Oh, I read that wrong. I thought that he would be more your type. So
No.
Isaiah's the one that kind of looks like Pepe a little bit.
Mm. So it's just because like with Kendall, like what he did and then
Well, no,
denied it and
you have to pretend like you don't know what he did.
but everybody knows what he did on Love Island Games.
You have to pretend like you don't know. Like I'm just talking
Ah,
about like from a arrogant, shallow standpoint, like just based on looks, not like you would actually want to be with him in real life.
no, because I would get kind of sick of him like with his catchphrases and the way he talks. So no.
Okay. All right. I think Isaiah's the one who didn't know that remembrance was actually a word. Because he said that remembrance that it was a word that he had just created. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So I guess Gina, if you guys got together, you would have to explain to him that that word already exists.
Yeah. But considering I will take Mert, who's like whose English is not perfect, obviously, and there's a language barrier, but obviously he like lives in France or Belgium, like obviously like English is not going to be Like it's gonna be like a second or third language for him. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I think he does fine for someone who's speaking, a second or third language. But I did say I was like, I did need like subtitles because even when he, like, I don't know, he would talk and I would just have to rewind the whole thing because I was just like, I didn't even, how someone would talk and you would catch like one or two words. I didn't even catch like a word. I didn't even know what he said. And I was just like, wait, what? And then when he was talking to, oh my gosh, who was he talking to? Lucinda last night. She was like, oh, I feel sick or whatever. And
She
he
said that she was feeling sick and he's like, "Oh, I can make you feel better." I'm like, "Damn straight, you can make me feel better." Fuck. I'm
no,
like, "Lucinda, read the room." Like, seriously.
he
Like,
said
what do you mean
I
you don't
can
know what he's talking about?
he said I can make you better.
Yeah.
He was like, "What do you mean? Like, well, what does that mean?" And I was like, "I'm not sure if he meant like he can like make her better, like that, or if he meant like I can change you." Because I was like, I don't really know what he means, but I was like, I think at the end of the day, girls don't really care as long as it's coming out of his face. As long as he's smiling, I think the girls are okay, right? I think you guys don't really question what he's saying.
No, exactly. I'd be like, "Yeah, let's go." Like, let's go. Right? I'm like, "Come on, Lucinda, like read what he's like. Come on. Come on now. Get with
Well,
the program."
I think also Mert said in the beginning, they asked him what his body count was, and he said it was very low because he said that he's like shy and he likes to take things slow. So I don't think that he's a whore. So like I don't think that he's like, like the other guys that go and cheat and send videos to people and lie. Like I don't think that he's that type because I mean he could be a really good liar. I have no idea. But he basically said that he dates like with purpose. So
Yeah.
that might actually set him apart. So you don't have to worry about, him cheating on you in the speakeasy because, he dates with purpose. So he's not actually just banging every person in the villa.
Yeah. So, but I showed one of my coworkers a picture of him, and she's just like, and she just came back from the Dominican, and she's like, "Oh, dang, he's fine." And I'm like, "I know." I'm like, "But he doesn't say much." I'm like, "But that's okay. Uh, that's okay with me."
He probably talks more in his native tongue, but he probably feels
Exactly.
insecure in English because it's not like his best, you know.
Language.
Yeah, he probably is very outspoken. I've
And
noticed.
then and then I told her, I'm like, "Well, technically I can be his mom's age. I would be like his mom's age if I had kids young and got married young.
How
I
old
could,
is he?
he's 25.
Oh wow, yeah, he's a baby. Yeah, he's a child. Well, not a child. No, that's stupid to say. He's a young man. Yeah,
He's a young man.
he's a young man. He's super young. But that's the whole thing. I think the oldest person on this season is 28, I believe. Like they're all super young. So like they definitely are living their prime years on the show, which I think is the best way to go, right? If you're gonna do it right and get paid. Make 250K. Like if you're gonna do it right.
Exactly. I was gonna say, oh no, Josh is 28.
I,
Kendall
I think Josh
doesn't
is
have
the
his,
oldest, right? He's 28.
I think so, 26, 23. It's either between Josh or Kendall.
Let me see. Kendall's age is 27. Yeah, so no, actually he's 29 now. He was 27 when he did his show. So yeah, actually Kendall's the oldest, followed by Josh, who's 28. Imagine the oldest is only 29. Like that's really
God,
that old, right? Like that you're the oldest person there and you're still in your 20s. Can you imagine?
God. Oh Lord.
Must
Yeah. So
must be nice.
just imagine if I was, oh God, yeah, I would be like, yeah, it's like screw Lucinda. Like, sorry, girl, bye.
Well, we're gonna watch the new episode of the show now. It's up. It's actually on. And
Yeah.
We're gonna talk more about the season as it goes along. Unfortunately, we only get 3 weeks. Don't hate me and Gina. We didn't make that decision. We would have did it for 3 months, but they're only giving us
Yeah.
3 weeks of Love Island games. So enjoy it while you can. Go watch it, and we'll be talking about the whole season, obviously. So make sure you tune
Well,
in.
who knows what could come after?
Well, yeah, there could be another spinoff, which I'm totally interested in. Right? Like I didn't watch the what was the one where they were in the villa about Beyond the Villa?
Yeah, because that was season six
Yeah, so
characters.
I skipped it, but obviously the next one I'll watch because I know everyone from season 7, so I'll be fully immersed in that. But
So, and it was funny because I was listening to one of our old podcasts and we were talking about Love Island games and whatnot when I think it was the finale, like the reunion of Love Island season seven. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to watch that, the Love Island games. I won't know anybody. And here we are.
we'll see. It's less important. Like I feel like not knowing their backstory helps me because like you know a lot of their backstories, and now you've written a lot of people off because they're done bad stuff. I don't know any other bad stuff they did, so I still it's like it's everyone is still cool to me. Like I don't know of like a reason to not like anyone yet, so I feel like I have a clean slate. So I kind of like
So you just did you were just like you just wanted to see everybody from season seven on there, or a lot of people from season seven on there because you didn't want to see people that you didn't know. But I can appreciate the brief introduction of each person, like, oh, I appeared on Love Island Malta or Love Island USA season two or whatnot, or like I appreciated the brief bio because I'm like, okay, I don't have to look these people up. I don't have to know like what shit.
yeah. And it's like less important too because like whatever they did on that season, it's not relevant to what we're watching now. Like it's nice
Exactly.
where they come from, what country they're from, and like what season they did, and if they won or not. But like beyond that, I'm good. I'm good to go with the information, right? Like I'm good to go. Like the less information I know, the better.
So, and I'm just happy we're converting more people to this side of the villa and the island. So I'm just happy that we're doing that.
Well, yeah.
We've succeeded.
Why wouldn't people want to be on a beautiful island with beautiful people, right? Like, why wouldn't you want to be here with us watching it, right? Like, get in the boat, get into the villa, get into it so you can join the conversation. It's
Uh,
endless conversation, and then you can live tweet with us too. So, yeah.
exactly, because how long did it take us to convince Shibuti, you have to watch it, 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 you have to watch it. And finally, he watched it at two times the speed, but that's fine. That's fine. You know, but at least he's tuning in, so he knows what this hoopla is all about. So yeah.
Well, one more person converted, so we're one step closer to the Escalade, right? Like
Yes,
I think that's the Mary Kay. Like
that's the Mary Kay.
we're converting people over. We're one step closer to the Love Island Escalade. So we're almost there, Gina. We just got to keep going.
Yeah, I said that we were just like Jehovah Witnesses or Mennonites professing the good word of Love Island to
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah. So if you get a knock at the door and it's Gina and I say, hello, do you have a moment to talk about what's going on in the villa today? Just invite us in so we can talk about it.
Exactly.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you're watching and live tweeting and following us. And we'll be back soon to talk more Love Island games with you guys. Thank you to Gina for joining me, and we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Good night. Bye.
Bye.